Hey, this is Jarad C with BBT. I've got two trades for you today. Taking a look at the overall markets, we started off with a slight gap above some of the prior day action, but we didn't necessarily clear the prior day high. So going into the morning, I was looking for a lot of this pre-market trend to essentially pop and fail, which it actually ended up doing. What I ended up doing was finding the best stock in play with the best level to go against, and for me that was Nvidia. We saw a nice rally into the previous day high, a failure below VWAP, and then a retest of VWAP with an inverse pin bar. I went ahead and got short here at about 232.80. Stop loss $2 above, so 234.80. Nice follow through on the breakdown, and I got my 2R target partialed pretty heavily here as part of my trading plan. I had set the remaining partial to be at about 222, looking for more follow through on this drop, and especially after this consolidation. But Nvidia held 225 fairly well. And after this pivot was put in, I went ahead and moved my stop down to essentially be right above the pivot. You can see that we went above VWAP, and I was stopped out with my final partial. My second trade was on Delta Airlines. So Delta had essentially a much more aggressive sell-off in the morning. We found a bottom at 35.05 and made what I call an equilibrium break, where we had a high, a low, lower high, higher low, looking for that tightening range to finally break out. And in this case, I was looking for a trend reversal, so I went long here at about 35.80. I was able to get some good partials at 36.20, which was the prior high on this consolidation. 36.30, which was a little aggressive of a partial. And then on the break of VWAP, 36.50 and about 36.70 overall. After this trade, I realized that this consolidation was holding VWAP and was also tagging 36.30 on these bottoming tails. So I went ahead and decided to add here with a new stop below 36.30. That stop would also represent a break even on my new position, as I'd still had some partial left from this first add. And that is essentially what we call free rolling, essentially locking in this profit while adding to an unrealized position, risking only the unrealized profits. So with this add, I had a few minutes more of consolidation into a nice breakout. Was able to partial at 37.20 into this moving average, and 36.50 $half number, which ended up being very close to the high of the day, or the relative high of the day. My final stop out was right above the consolidation area. I felt as if we drop back in here, Delta Airlines was going to be weak overall, so I was really looking for continuation above before we dropped into this area. So was able to essentially get 2.5R profits on DAL, especially with the free rolling add, and then Nvidia locking in a good 1.5R on the first partial, and then maybe like 0.2, 0.3R on this stop out partial. And that'll conclude my trade recap for today. As always, any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the video. And as always, stay safe. Thank you.